So, good morning from the Climbing Clowns. We're currently in the car heading towards the Forth Road Bridge. We left mine at about 9 o'clock and it's now nearly 9:15 and we are Torridon bound. So, we're heading up there. We should be there hopefully in about maybe 5-6 hours, not too sure, but it should be fine. However, we've got 2 nights and 3 days ahead of us. Normally we'd be working on a Thursday, so it's always a benefit, but yeah, got a lot ahead of us and we'll get ourselves sorted. But this is us checking in with you 10 minutes after leaving the gaff.
And the weather's looking fine.
Yep, the weather looks fine just now, and it's also looking perfectly adequate for up north. Now we'll see if it stays like that. It's meant to be a mix, but we will keep you posted the whole way, folks, the whole way. Promise we'd keep you posted. So we're just beyond Inverness, so probably got about an hour and a half till we turn up.
About right? Yeah, about that.
Yep, so just discussing it, just discussing what's going to happen, folks. We've got some fresh kit, new tent, which we'll show you, and yeah, I'm hoping the weather stays roughly like this, because a bit fresh coldness, but there's views and sunshine here. Now we're not hiking till tomorrow anyway, but if it was like anywhere near like this, we'd be delayed.
So we've seen snow on the Monroes on the way up, coming up through various places, and we're doing things a bit differently. As Liam says, new tent, new gear. We're going to a campsite today.
Yeah, so an official campsite that's a wee bit more structured. Usually we rough it, one manors, middle of nowhere, which is cool. We'll still have trips that we do that, but ones that are further away, we're making to a bit of a better quality, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Rather than doing them as single day trips, tank of diesel here, tank of diesel there, we're going to try and amalgamate it a bit more often. So we've put some money in to things, bought a new tent, various other bits and pieces to make it more comfortable. We'll show you what it's all about when we get there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be our own little tent version of a hotel, which for the last over a decade we would not be used to.
Absolutely.
So we would not be used to that kind of stuff. A little bit of luxury, but we're going a long way, folks, so we might as well. And we're going for obviously a couple of nights, 3 days, so we're hoping that, well, comfort when you come back from a massive day like that with a lot of effort is a must, you know.
Definitely.
So,
the bonus of a place to rest properly,
exactly,
toilets, showers and all that is just such an appealing thing.
Probably a freezing cold shower, but anyway. So we will see you when we check in.
Absolutely. See you in a bit. Alright.
I love gold!
Alright folks.
Right,
Okay, we've just stopped for a minute because we thought this is a lovely view, lovely place to stop. We're on the main road to Torridon. We've come up past a lofty hotel and we're on the sort of final stretch.
we are, yes, not too far away now, and we can feel the chat about, you know, the tent going up, what it's going to be like, and quite looking forward to seeing this campsite, which is handy because it's open all year round, by the way. Not a lot of them are like that.
Exactly, and the other thing that's different about this is it's donation based instead of a fee.
Yep, so might plant them a wee note and as in a £5, £10, something like that. You've got to show courtesy to these places that give you that convenience. You know, as I said, you give them a bit of a tip, and it's to say the fact that, look, we just managed to get 2 nights, 3 days of greatness out of that, whereas some sites are completely closed, which obviously this is a much better idea doing it that way.
Yeah, definitely is a much better. And you can't call a day like today winter.
No, you cannot. We'll see what it's like when we're actually on the hills and it's in the minus, but for the time being, this is really promising.
Yeah, exactly.
Beyond these trees is actually a lovely little loch And then this is a nice wee, probably a Corbett, I'd say.
Yeah,
I'd say it's a Corbett. We'll get the Monroe tomorrow.
The Monroes have got snow, so that's how you tell the difference.
Torridon at night, eh?
Torridon at night.
In fairness, it's not actually that late. It's
Nah,
just
it's not.
dark.
It's not late at all. It is 5:30.
Not bad. These stars will just get brighter and brighter.
Stars are coming out though. I can see the Big Dipper behind you.
Aye. Oh, aye. So it is
And I
special.
thought that was the North Star in the corner there as well, but it's not, because north
not.
is that
North's
way.
that way. Aye. Well, you know, quite a drive up. Got, you know, a couple of stops on the way to make sure that we weren't too stiff when we got here. So, but it's
Yeah, absolutely.
we've got our palace set up for the next couple of days.
Super time palace is set up, as you say.
Yep. Christ, is that what the nickname's going to be? Is it?
I think that's the nickname, the palace.
To be honest with you, it's definitely like the best tent we've ever owned.
It's
so
100%.
100%
ever owned.
Well, in fairness, we're used to roughing it, like, you know, like one manors, not doing like anything specific. But in there, I mean, to have a kitchen, a sofa,
I know, it's just paradise.
kitchen,
a sofa, a bed, a raised bed. Well, in my case.
Aye. Well, it's fine. Don't worry about the bed. Like, you know, I've put a spare sleeping bag over the mattress, so therefore it's a mattress protector. Then I've got like a really decent army sleeping bag, which is like more than 4 seasons.
Absolutely.
It's meant for minus temperatures, so I should be all right. But yeah, I think I'll get a bed, like an actual raised bed, for another time.
Yeah, for another time, definitely.
Yeah. So.
Well, if I remember the other poles for the other one, then we'll have 2 beds anyway. So.
I know. Time. Oh no! Apart from that, then you know it's set up really well.
So, not that there's anything to see right now, but this is a Torridon campsite.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I mean, it's good that it's open all year. Like we said that before, but there's this patch that we're on. Luckily, no one was there because this is the kind of firmest but kind of driest patch, because around us is just swamp. You would
Yeah.
only maximum, you'd only
It's like a
maximum
road
be able
around
to
it.
get 2 of these tents in here. So it's not officially a campsite, it's just a random plot of grass, but it is what it is, and we've done worse. You know, we've literally had to pitch up in God knows
Yeah,
how many
exactly.
random places.
Bearing in mind, we're kind of in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Kind of have to be realistic with what your expectations are.
Oh, aye, you can't be too choosy, but I mean, considering the fact that the bit of ground we've got is flat, not bumpy, and I think on this kind of land you could get like a decent 9 or 10 1 and 2 manors, but because this is like really big, you could still get a couple of 1 manors round about
Aye, of
us
course you
if
could.
anyone else was here. But I just feel that we landed this quite lucky, that there's a couple of camper vans over there,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much it. Luckily, there's no other tents. So
Yeah, exactly. I think
but
the time of year probably helps.
we can't
But yeah,
dispute
you're
the fact
absolutely
that
right. If there had been other tents, we'd have struggled.
we're surrounded in Monroe's, and we're sitting in next to a warm fire pit, and we'll probably get dinner on the go in the next half an hour before, you know, something like that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Let this burn down a wee bit, and then we'll get something to eat, and maybe with any luck, we'll get some nice skies that we can
maybe.
see. I'm really hoping for an aurora.
How cool
Bit
would
of
that be?
northern lights would be absolutely epic.
Well, it has been online that there's been a couple of sightings of God knows what in the sky, northern lights, and
Yeah. There was one at the weekend, a really, really strong one on Sunday night, I think it was. So it's possible. Just have to keep our eyes open.
yeah, definitely. But
I'm looking forward to the couple of days we've got ahead planned.
yeah, I think it's been a tough year for both of us,
Aye.
and it has been a big gap. So I think that's what makes me. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm nervous and excited at the same time,
A bit of both. Yep.
because we landed decent conditions on this one, and they might stay that way, they might not. It's going to be quite windy, quite cold, but it's actually for this time of year to get like not like absolutely poured down on, or snow's not quite there yet. There's probably some higher up, but it's not like from the bottom upwards. But yeah, I just think in general it's a mixture of just how tough a year it's been for the climbing clowns, really. We are, you know, I had a massive injury. You had loads of other stuff to sort out, and we took a break. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my
No,
opinion.
there's
I
nothing wrong with
really
that at
don't
all.
see. We're not
Everyone
going
does it at
anywhere.
some point, or has to
Yep.
do something like that.
I'm just grateful I can, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. So,
Well, exactly.
uh,
Like you said before, grateful you have your leg.
yeah, pretty much. But it was definitely something we seem to both be buzzing for this.
Yeah, I
So,
think so. We've been looking forward to it for a while, because we knew
especially
this was going to
Torridon,
be.
it's my favourite. I don't know if you have a specific favourite in Scotland, but Torridon, just the reason being is kind of the way that it looks and the way that it feels, and the types, even the types of trees around here, the aggressive look to the mountains. Obviously the Cairngorms are a bit more, not quite timid, but they're very grassy and sloped, whereas I actually think that the Munros around here, especially Layak, is just
They're very jaggy.
picturesque. You know,
Yes,
it's like,
they
as I
are.
said, I've got a painting in the house for the Layak range, and yeah, it's just like, just to see it every time in person is just absolutely brilliant. Like, it's just different class.
Absolutely. Coming
So,
along today, it was magnificent with its snow topped top.
well, when we came in, yeah,
Yeah, when we came in. Well, to answer your question, I don't specifically have a favourite, but my top two areas would have to be here and Kintail.
yeah, I can tell.
It's kind of like I go to one or the other of those two places, and at the time, I think this is definitely the favourite.
Yeah,
And then I go back to the other one, and I'm like, no, this is the favourite.
this is the favorite. Yeah, nah, mine's just set in stone. I think that this is our third time here. The other one wasn't as good because it was just the one, and it didn't quite go to plan. But
Yeah, but the second time we were here, we done Ben Alligan in August with a sea of cloud. Inversion conditions you could just not replicate. It was amazing.
well, remember we drove in the dark as well, so the stuff
That's
we've
right.
seen earlier today, we've probably never witnessed properly for ages, or even at all.
Yeah.
So, just because our last trip to Torridon felt like ages ago, and it was a different time.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm glad we
I suppose
managed to
there is a
slow down.
benefit to coming up in the dark, and that is it's a surprise what you're getting in the next day.
Yeah, Once we start the route though, and we walk closer to where we're heading, then it will be a surprise because these
Yeah.
haven't been hit by us
Oh, aye.
before.
It will be a surprise,
So-
definitely.
So which way? It's actually we're going to have to drive.
Yeah, we'll have to drive half an hour, 45 minutes or so to get to tomorrow's summits.
That's fine.
I was just reading them a minute ago and I've forgotten the names of the two of them, so I won't try.
It's just typical. You do
Can
that.
do it
We'll
tomorrow.
talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'd say that we'll give it a go.
Give it a go. See how we get on. Target is for 4 summits, as you said.
What are you feeling fitness wise? Confident?
I don't know. Fitness wise, it's uncharted territory.
You've got to remember in your head of the stuff that we have tried. You do remember we've been cycling quite a fair chunk.
Yeah.
And
I know we've done loads of stuff. And
we've also taken a few walks locally. So
it's maintaining it. That's the difference. The stuff that we do or the stuff that we've been doing is maybe for an hour here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas
obviously these are 8-9 hour routes and stuff.
It's going to be 8-9 hours.
It's all
consistent.
about pace and precision and making the correct decisions, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure we'll manage it.
Hmm.
Absolutely sure we'll knock it out of the park.
Certainly don't fear what's ahead of us. It's more a case of just anticipating what we're going to be up against.
Exactly. It's just
kind of just thinking
wait and
about
see what actually happens.
Yeah, just thinking what's going to happen. But it looks like we've got our camp set up nice.
Yep.
We've got the weathers for this time of year is looking like
Yeah, the
decent
weather's
enough
looking
us to
decent
go.
for November.
So we can't really ask for much more than that.
No.
I mean, it's a case of we'll see what tomorrow brings. So
Exactly. We'll see what tomorrow brings, as you say.
So
cool. Well,
I suppose we better just enjoy this wee
let
bit here, then maybe
burn
get
for
some
a little
tea on.
while. Aye.
morning.
Morning everyone.
So, we're here today. We've drove from Torridon campsite to the start of our route.
Yep.
Cold, fresh. Sorry
go.
mate, cold, fresh morning. Just, you can feel it on the cheeks. So we are well padded up, and quite a big one today. We've got 2.5 mile walk in, and then we've got 2 summits. So let's see how we get on.
Yep, absolutely. So, to elaborate, start point this morning is a place called Craig, which is part of the Cape Raft Trail for those that are interested. It's sometimes classed as a starting point of Achnashellach, and what you do is you park in a forestry car park, cross the railway line, which brings you to here, and then the path along, well, the side of the railway line really.
Yeah. And you basically have like, don't be deceived by, there's like a muddy track that you think, oh, I don't think I should take my car up there. It actually is a firm muddy track, but there's a nice flat car park at the top.
Yeah, it looks a bit
so
deceiving.
Trust the sat nav.
It looks a bit deceiving, it looks like it's just a junction to nowhere.
So,
but it does work.
Oh yeah, and then we've started off with, I'm hoping it stays like this, because compared to our last trip where we were smashed down with the rain, it's actually really cold, but it's fresh. So, and it's visible, everything's visible at the moment.
Yep.
But yeah,
there might be some
cold
flurries
night.
of snowfall later in the day, but for the moment it looks good.
Yeah, so we're going to just make up some distance just now, because it's there's a bit of ground to cover, and we potentially might have a bit of darkness on the way back, depending how we get on with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Long day.
Okay, so just came up this trail path here, inclining a wee bit, and then yeah, we've got a wee bit more to go, obviously, but we're about 10 minutes in.
Absolutely. Right, just a second, I've got something important I want to say.
Have you?
Manamana. Manamana. Manamana.
So we're still going up the double path kind of driveway, quite industrial, but it goes quite a while. We came through a second gate just down there, so means we're a wee bit in, and it's just been incline the whole time anyway. So even though we're not technically on the Munro, ours are actually over there. So we must have to go up here, curve round, probably another mile and a half to go. Number 1 there, up number 2 there, hopefully back down and round. It sounds simple, but we're nowhere near started. And as you can see, the weather's taking a turn, so hopefully that drifts away. But we do have jackets and rucksack covers and all that on there.
Yep, absolutely. It started raining, but it's straight down, there's no wind with it, so that's at least a benefit. And as for what Liam was saying, yes, we carry on following the path for a wee bit, and then I think there is a fork, like a junction, a wee dip, and then we start the proper ascent.
Right, so the only way is up, that's what they say. Okay, so just coming down through the glen, had a look up past the fog, and that there is what we're going up. And I just about went my length on ice there. Good balance even on a camera. Right, anyway, just a quick one to say that when we go down through this glen and up the valley, that's pretty much where we're going. And behind here will be number 2, just there. And there's Michael.
I love gold!
With his Austin Powers quote there. You don't find any gold here, mate. Need to go to American mountains. Anyway, let's just carry on. Coming down through the glen, we'll look up. Here's our first task. So go down through the valley, and we'll need to ascend up that. and you can see it's chalk white. So snow to deal with, and up and over onto number 2, which will be behind that.
Right, so we're just about to set off past this cane marker that marks the split of the two, and then we go follow the path as it skirts up into the mountain corrie, and then I imagine up there, that's number 1, and then down up to number 2, and then back down this ridge somewhere, back to meet this path, and then walk out. Easy.
So we're at a little trail path alongside the river. Now we are meant to cross this river, so it looks like it's actually up there is our best way to do it. But now that we're closer, I'll say once again, oh, some bog here, say once again that this path should take us up the middle of the valley and then take us up number 1, which no doubt that's a blind summit, we have to go up and over it. It'll lead on to number 2, but for the time being we found the river, there's the crossing up there, pretty obvious there. So we'll get on with getting that way, and we're pretty much on the mountain, but we have spent about 5 kilometres walking on kind of driveway really, and then we did see a marker cairn, which is just a little pile of stones up and over there, and that symbolises the fork to turn off, which we have done.
Bit wet, but we're through. Don't know if I can pick that up, but there we go. 2 deer. And the path ahead. Oh.
So it's 11 AM just now, and we're definitely in the moors. There's a lot of shrubs here and ice. What looked like water initially, but it's actually quite a challenge to work out which is which. A few little stumbles, but nothing major so far. You see? Right. So that's where we are at the moment. So I'd say we're a few hours in really, but we're just following the trail path, which isn't amazing, but half rock, half mud, and 2/3 ice. So that's where my companion is. There he is. And we actually have came quite a long way through that valley. Right, moving on. Okay, so after, whoa, Jesus, this is what I'm talking about. Black ice, visible ice, some that you think's puddles, some that's just freshly landed snow. So that'll be good to see the realistic picture. drag us out a bit. This path should take us up and along that horseback ridge there, all the way along, which I'm assuming and hoping that up there and round the back will be our summit. So still a hell of a long way to go. Michael's just coming round that bend there, but the valley's absolutely huge through the moors, and the snow's coming and going. It's freshly landed, but then it's stopped and then it starts, etc. But let's see and just keep going.
Alright, just traversed around the side here and up around the corner. It's like a wee hook, and then it just greets you with this view, which is stunning. And now we're on the leeward side of the mountain and there's no snow on it.
Yep, so this nice valley here is quite attractive in that light, and then
Sunlight shining on it just makes it amazing.
here's our route.
See the showers as well.
Yeah, showers are passing through that just behind us. However, yeah, it's a bit of a beast up there.
Work to do.
Still got a bit to do, yeah.
About 300 metres or so, I reckon.
But it's been a huge coming in, you know, like it's a massive route, and yet again started snowing.
Big route, but alright actually.
But Torridon, whether the weather is good, bad, or you know, just whatever you get really, it's still one of the magic ones the further up, you know.
Definitely delivering.
Yeah.
Still for me, still definitely top two. I can't make up my mind which is top one.
It's easy for me. So, well, let's just get this slog done basically, and that should hopefully be us up at summit 1, probably hidden behind it to be honest, but yeah, it's been a bit of a mission so far, and I reckon we can pull this last bit off with a bit of motivation.
It certainly feels much more achievable now.
Yeah. Very cool. I got a video presenting with that now. I believe how far away camera video is. It's like 2 horns so still a chunk, but hopefully a bit of motivation. Okay, let's see what we can do. here it is. Number 1. Summit number 1. Done. Get touch, big man. Oh, what an effort, well done. Nice. Well, can't really say the views are amazing, but we got it done.
Sure they are though.
They actually are quite nice, like for the, basically this, the achievement.
We're in the cloud, but the fact that this summit's kind of on the edge, so it's a big precipice.
Yep. So,
Can't remember the name of the quarry. It starts with a P, I think.
yeah, but this is a delightful moment with number 1, and like the sun's trying to break through actually, just here. We'll see what happens, but delighted. See if we can get some shots of pretty much no views, but we'll definitely cherish this one. Thanks.
Want to be cherished. Right.
Okay, so scarpering down from number 1 a wee bit back there, maybe 45 minutes ago or something. We're down the dip, so you drop down and then come back up again for number 2, which we've dropped down. Now we're heading back up again, and it should be up there somewhere, and then it should be a case on a circuit level. We go all the way down. Hopefully after touching number 2, Michael's got a wee bit of cramp, my leg's playing up a wee bit, because this route's huge and we got plastered with a fresh dust in the snow, so there's nobody else up here to be honest, but the snow that came over earlier has just made everything like slippy and wet, so it's turned out a wee bit slower, but it's just to be safe. And yeah, it's still beautiful, but we can't really complain. Wind comes and goes, snow comes and goes, but it's actually quite a winter wonderland here. Yeah, so hopefully we can get up here soon enough. As I said, both of us are just taking our time for safety wise. There's a few wet bits that we've had a couple of slides under the knees and whatnot, but nothing major. Right, just keep going. Mammoth task, and there it is. Beautiful. What a feeling. Oh, climbing clowns in Torridon, completing both for today. Yes, we've still to get down, but my God, that was tough. Fresh snow. First people to walk on it. I mean, it's wet stones, fresh snow, but it is nice. Nearly an inversion, nearly the sun breaking through, and here's the man himself. Just get us a touch of it. and so we're back on the proper driveway path, if you want to call it that. Is basically the road, and we had went through all these like marshlands and swamps, had a couple of falls, and today was a bit longer because, you know, obviously fatigue kicked in, but we had like proper landed snow. It was really wet, there was loads of granite and slabs that made things pretty tricky, and it just made us really cautious, to be honest with you, which is fair enough because none of us have ended up really injured. If we had done too much, then it made us a bit worried. So
I reckon we should be back in the car about 6 o'clock, but we didn't start till nearly 9 o'clock, so we did give ourselves 9 hours for the route.
yeah,
It's usually 8, but with the snow and stuff it slows you down.
I think it actually it just feels longer, folks, because it's darker.
Yeah.
It's literally pitch black now.
It's the dark zooming in on you is quite
Yeah.
a thing.
So it's really dark, it's dark nights, but maybe the last time we were out it was actually summer, so...
The last time we were out in the dark was when we done a Monroe hike in the dark. So
exactly.
It is all,
It's a long time ago.
it was a while ago, and
See, look, can't see anything. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll follow this road, and it's the same one we came in on, and we'll just get ourselves out of here.
wrap it up for this hike.
Yeah.
Will we get you back out, pal?
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Final video of the Torridon trip.
Yep, that's us all packed up, ready to leave.
Yep, so we're just perched at the gate on the Torridon campsite. Just a little thing. It's just a wee one, but it done us a treat. So we done 2 summits yesterday. It was freezing on the Thursday. Quite nice last night actually, so that's the Friday night. We actually ended up being like warm enough with the fire on, but it wasn't as low. And then this morning we stayed longer to let everything dry out because the sun came out.
Yep, nice and dry tent, packed away properly, nicely put away so that it's ready for when we want to use it again.
Yeah, so it's all zipped over and good, and that was the first time we used that tent, so we'll be using it in future for longer trips. Yeah, ones that are further away.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like a sunny drive home.
Yep.
And successful trip.
Absolutely.
Catch us again.
Hey,
Alright.
so we thought we'd just finish this video off properly with a wee remembrance to the fallen. Today's the 11th of November, so it's Remembrance Day, and I recently learned that BNA is where there was a World War II plane crash.
Yeah.
There's a gully that's actually named, it's gone right out of my head what it is, Fuselage Gully, and it's got parts of a wreckage in it.
Yep.
So we thought that was quite suitable to like do a picture in front of that. We've got poppies on,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
it's
no,
quite a
I
nice
think
way
as
to
well,
finish things.
as an extra fact, BNA is actually the oldest nature reserve in Britain.
That's
so
right,
the
well,
first
good point.
ever one. So we're in a place where a lot of history there, and then of course this is a special day for many people up and down the country, even the world, to be honest with you. So just remembering those who went through that, and thank them as well. But that's a special message from the Climbing Clowns. We are
Absolutely.
standing in the sun at BNA, and as Michael said, stop for these today because it's well suited. It's a symbol of what represents like a thank you time for this country for what they went through.
Exactly. So this is our little bit. Cool.
So we will get back to Edinburgh. But yes, you know, happy Remembrance Day, everyone.
Happy
And
Remembrance Day, and we'll see you soon.
nice one.